Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Can you hear me all right? Good. Yes, I was not out to the wee hours of the morning last night, I promise. I did pay some band to play Sex on Fire by the Foo Fighters last night, so my voice is a little hoarse because I was belting it out, absolutely belting it. But yeah, so like John said, my name is Harrison Grymes. I'm an account director at Dstillery. Excited to be presenting and sharing some of the innovations that we've been doing within the programmatic space and within the audience targeting space. So without further ado, one of the big areas that Dstillery has been driving forward towards has been multimodal AI. I don't know if multimodal is a very common area that people know much about within the AI space. Show of hands, do people know what multimodal is? A few of you? Okay, so my goal today is to shed some light on what multimodal AI is. We actually use it a lot more than we realize when we're interacting with ChatGPT, Gemini, what have you. But before I get there, I do want to start from the top a bit. So Dstillery has been around for almost 20 years now. We have been in the audience targeting space for the last decade, driving a lot of innovation, a lot of proven performance, a lot of consistency across our agencies and brands alike. We, at our core, are a data science and technology company. Excuse me, so you can hear my voice is kind of going in and out. But a data science and technology company, we offer AI-based custom audience targeting solutions to power programmatic media. That has brought us to the place today where we now work with 85% of the Fortune 100 companies. We work with agencies big and small. Here we've got our holding company list, but we also work with a number of independent agencies, and we do some phenomenal work. Getting down to the nitty-gritty of when there's an audience brief or an RFP or things like that, not just providing off-the-shelf recommendations. We want to get into the core of the different signals that we have available to us to build custom solutions that perform really well at scale. We've won some accolades within the industry for cookieless technology, privacy technology, as well as AI excellence and AI innovation. That's really kind of given us this posture to say that we have one of the most sophisticated and effective modeling technologies in the space today. I know that's a strong posture to take, and I'm not trying to sound like Timothy Chalamet at the SAG Awards, where he's kind of doing a similar thing, but we're really proud of the work we've done, really proud of the data science team. Our data science and machine learning engineers are phenomenal, and they give us the ability to work with the brands that we work with today. So yes, so multimodality. So we'll kind of start from the top. So like I said, we use it a lot. So multimodality might be that you're prompting ChatGPT to create a picture or a video or something like that. That's really kind of the same way that Dstillery is using that today. So a more sophisticated example of that is for self-driving cars using video, GPS, and radar to inform that self-driving capability. What that means for our clients and the brands that we work with is our ability to take search data and translate that into a CTV PMP or take a media plan and automatically run it through our AI to provide the best possible solutions to drive performance for that campaign. What that leads to is better performance, better precision, and seamless activation. We do not want to be a burden to the agencies and the brands that we work with. We want to be a value add. We want to take some weight off of their shoulders so that they can get back to doing what they do best, which is providing the best possible value to the client and to the brand for their digital media strategy. But do not take it from me. Our marketing team, Hannah Ashton, is here with me this week, put together a phenomenal sizzle reel that really kind of brings us all together and where we're at today and where we're going to be going to in the future. And I hope this works.
The programmatic landscape is changing fast, and there's a powerful new force behind the shift: multimodal AI. Without multimodal AI, each type of programmatic activation is powered by one form of data, like just keywords or just web browsing data. But now, with multimodal AI, data points from completely different sources, like keywords, web browsing data, CTV data, search data, and more, are suddenly able to speak the same language and work together, giving advertisers a much richer and holistic view of audience behaviors. So, what's behind it? The secret lies in embeddings. Think of them as a map of your data, just like how large language models learn embeddings that represent the meaning of words. Our AI learns embeddings that capture the meaning of advertising opportunities, and that's what makes our approach different. Dstillery's foundation model learns embeddings designed specifically for advertising, capturing any type of data into a shared space and connecting all of the different signals available to advertisers. The result? Audiences built from more diverse, more precise signals that can be applied to any form of activation that matters for your programmatic campaign. With Dstillery's multimodal AI, You can use all available data to reach your audience and deliver industry-leading outcomes in ways you never thought possible.
All right, so, next slide. The formatting got a little messed up there, but I can still speak to this pretty well. So where this really brought us today is we want to see ourselves, and we see ourselves within the industry as more of a Swiss Army knife than a audience targeting solution that's bucketed into one category. So, traditionally we were seen largely as a behavioral targeting provider, and where we've kind of come to today is the ability to take any form of data and translate that into any form of activation. So the ability not only to make custom audiences that are user-based segments, but also to create contextual segments, curated PMPs, custom bidding algorithms, which I'll speak to in just a second. That really gives us the flexibility, the agility to work with brands where they need the most support. So we're really kind of trying to drive the innovation to make Dstillery more of a Swiss Army knife of sorts for our partners and the agencies we work with. Two quick things that I do want to touch on specifically, because this is where we're seeing more. Of course, within the CTV space, we know every brand is either trying to figure out how to bring CTV into the mix. I know it's kind of been around or I think the adoption of CTV has been kind of building over the last 1 to 2 years. But we have driven a lot of innovation in this space as well, providing CTV optimized audiences, CTV contextual, as well as curation within the CTV space. We partner with 7 different SSPs, and that gives us the ability for that additional reach and the scale needed to perform well within that space. Dan Larkman, CEO and founder of Keen's Digital, has a nice little anecdote there that 80% of their CTV campaigns that they run within Keen's, Dstillery is a top 3 performer. So when we talk about test and learn, I know we spoke about that yesterday in the roundtables, that test and learn ability is fantastic, and we should all be doing it as much as we possibly can, or as much as the brands we work with will allow us, but consistency is paramount, right? We want to find brands, or we want to find solutions that are consistent across brands and across formats and tactics, and that's one of the things that we've been able to do with Keen's Digital. The other solution, and this is one of my personal favorites to talk about because I think it's really a next generation solution. I think this is something that we'll start to see more and more adoption going on in the future, is custom bidding algorithms. I think where targeting is today can be a little bit archaic in the sense that we buy impressions on a buy or don't buy binary scale. Quite frankly, as we know, consumers don't live kind of in a buy, don't buy world. They might be interested in a product or a service, but they don't really know which way to go. And it's important that we engage people within their consumer journey, but more importantly than that, and from an efficiency standpoint, to use AI to understand the implied value of intent for each consumer so that you're bidding on them as our AI sees fit, or as is instructed here. So what we've seen with that is some really phenomenal results. Some of these seem like almost fake in the CPAs that we're able to drive for some of the brands we've worked with, but also the eCPM. So being able to drive lower CPMs, of course, is we want to make our dollars work smarter, and custom bidding with predictive bidding is certainly one way we're doing that. And some of the results we've seen from a CPA and ROAS standpoint have been phenomenal. So this is one of the areas that I think we'll see a lot more adoption, like I said. And predictive bidding is certainly something within Dstillery that we're starting to see a little bit more of a groundswell of people that are testing it, learning, trying to figure out how they can adopt something like this. And so I'll put a bow on this because I know we're trying to catch up on a little bit of time, but where we're at today, and again, like I've talked about agility, flexibility, consistency of our solutions, we do want to be a value add to the brands and agencies that we work with. And so with that Swiss Army knife mentality and the ability to create behavioral, contextual, lookalike targeting, things like that, we do see ourselves as being more of like a one-stop shop where we're helping agencies and brands kind of consolidate some of their efforts that maybe they would have engagements with 20 or 30 different providers or vendors. We can now do a lot of that all within one engagement. And so that's where we're at today. I'll tease one quick thing because I know AI and agentic AI has been kind of a hot button topic lately. We do have a closed beta for an agentic AI assistant through natural chat that planners and buyers are working with. We do have this in market with a few of our partners. And what that allows them to do is to kind of just consolidate the engagement with Dstillery so they can work with the natural chat, figure out what does Dstillery have internally that is going to be the best fit for my brand and what I'm looking to do within the programmatic space. And then they still have the dedicated account team or platform ops team kind of standing by, so if they need to jump in to kind of clarify anything or create any optimizations, they can do that on the fly. Thank you very much.
All right.